Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And depending on when you're listening, welcome to episode, I think 53. My count is never on point until I realize I'm uploading and realize that what episode we're on. 50 some, though. I think it's 53. The first week of 2024 is over. This is officially January 8th as I'm recording this, and I hope it's been a good one for you. So I figured it's suiting anyways to look at the first week and do a bit of a recap from my own perspective and what's happening in the streaming world. First off, with the most fresh memories, last night, the boys and I, a couple guys from my community I've met for some time now, I've known, and we've gamed together. We went into our first ever Call of Duty Search and Destroy tournament, a 4v4 tournament, and we, out of 16 teams, came third place. And for that being my very first tournament and not being much of a search and destroy COD gamer, I guess you can say, I think we did quite well. It was absolutely pretty kind of mind-blowing as to the support while streaming the tournament from all sorts of different people, all sorts of different places. But it really seems like the competitive COD scene is still very much so alive. It went really, really well. We had a great time. We had some great games, and we had some awesome moments, which I think that's what the best thing is about these tournaments and gaming with anybody, especially in a competitive environment, are the moments that you could take out, just like when we had to go back and win one more round of a game to continue on the tournament. And we had to do that 4v3 because one of our players had to step away and ran out of time before he could come back and join the last round. It was pretty crazy. I was very, very happy to be a part of that. Other news, January so far, 7 days in. Kick Streaming has had quite a few issues lately. One day I was streaming, their chat was completely down. This was last Thursday, I believe, so just a few days into the month. Their chat was not working at all for many different streams. And then later that evening, the whole website wasn't working. And then the next day, I believe, or the day after, the website wasn't working again. So there are a lot of people that are upset with that. However, it seems to always get kind of pushed aside. And, you know, the focus for some reason is on their badges that they put out that were really ugly, and they reverted back to their old badges because they listened to the community, and everyone's happy that the badges are, you know, back to the old ones before they unleash another edition, another version. But the problems still persist with the website not even working and chat not working and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So while I think that would be a very rough first week for a platform in a new year, everyone just seems to kind of brush it under the rug with a lot of other things. But we won't get too much into that. Now, the first week of January, the first week of any month, I think, for streamers, is always kind of up in the air. You know, your numbers reset, your subs reset, your everything resets, and you're not entirely sure how the month is going to go. So the first week can definitely be a little bit wonky, a bit roller coastery, and emotional. I know myself that it's very hard to come off of a December where we gave away $1,300 in cash and prizes for 12 days of giveaways during the month of December for the holidays. And it's hard to come off of that and come back to, I guess you could say, regular event streams where we're gaming out, chatting it up with, you know, no really major, huge incentive to say, hey, you could come out of the stream with this, like a giveaway, for example. With that being said, I quickly learned that it's very easy for me to fall into the what I'm doing is boring, what I'm doing is not entertaining enough, I'm not good enough to do this, I need to change things up, what am I doing wrong? Just simply because things are a bit more quiet, perhaps, for the start of a month. Now, on the flip side is that's an emotion, and we have to react properly to our emotions, and that's something I've been working on myself for a very long time, and I think if you're listening to this and you are a streamer, and you've had those low moments, it's very, very, very easy to fall into this absolutely sucks. What am I doing wrong? How do I change it? Now, to add on to that, you go on Twitter or you go on things to upload your own content and scroll around and support other people, and you see other people doing absolutely amazing, and you're just sitting there wondering, again, what are you doing wrong? But the thing is, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just how it works. Streaming is very much so quiet, loud, quiet, loud, 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 quiet, 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 loud. It differs every single day, which I think is part of the fun and part of why we like it. It's kind of a unknown result every day, and I think that pushes you to just really try your hardest no matter what. With that being said, January is technically in a handful of days already half over. The months go very quickly now, and I don't know if that's because I'm old. I mean, I am 34 at the end of the day, but they're going quickly. One thing that I think is important to note in this start of the new year is that everyone will go through their own things. And my year, like I said last week in last week's episode, starts with, every year starts with my grandpa's passing on the 1st of January back in 21. And you're reminded of it, and you're trying not to get down about it, but then you do, and all these things, right? There are other people, though, that lost family members, and I know someone who on the anniversary of a parent's death, well, they lost a grandparent this year, and that's absolutely crushing to have to go through, and it's even crushing to hear about. So I can't imagine having to go through it myself. So what I kind of bring that up for is the fact that when things are low and things do bother you, and this is not just streaming related, but this is just in general life, it's very easy to seclude, to corner yourself into the corner and just try and buckle down, and you're just literally waiting for the storm to blow over without actually addressing the storm itself and addressing how to maybe react a bit differently. Now, this is very difficult. This does not come overnight. It's something that you have to teach yourself, and having outlets to distract yourself, to release the frustrations, the sadness, the anger, all of that is really important. For me, one of them is hockey, go to the gym. I've been trying to get into reading, and funny enough, when I force myself or I'm forced by someone else, a friend, a support, or whatever that says, do it now, like try it, just give it a shot. When you do these things and then you realize afterwards that, wow, I wasn't thinking about work. I wasn't thinking about this. I wasn't thinking about all the bad stuff. I was just focused on what I was reading and the story that was being shared from the book or whatever you're reading. And this can go with anything such as, coloring and drawing and writing, writing music, playing music. So if there's anything that is bothering you this year already, it's 8 days in, and I'm sure there's something that's happened because it's life and things happen. Try your darndest, try your best to just sit there and say, what can I do to get out of this? Because take it from me, someone who lets one thing bug them the entire day and ruin plans and ruin things because all I want to do is just sit and stew in my emotions because there's just no way out of it. And you're convincing yourself that there's no way out of it. You got to convince yourself that there is. And like I said, it's a learning process. I'm still learning very much so myself. But try reading, try music, try drawing, try going outside. Even a simple 10-minute walk might clear your head. Play your favorite music in your earbuds and just go. Play some games. Figure it out. Because if you don't, then you just let it win. And you control your brain, and your brain does not control you. And I think that's important to remember. So the first week of January has been fun, has been memorable already. And I think 2024 is going to line up to be a good year. I'm hoping it is for you guys, and I'm hoping it is for myself. So with that being said, remember, if Kick website is down, Twitch is probably working. And if Twitch is down, well, there's always Netflix and chocolate. Netflix and chocolate. Now I want chocolate. I hope you guys learned something this time. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.